Good morning, welcome to the programme. So Jimmy Savile's nephew has told ITV News that his family are disgusted by allegations of sexual abuse against the TV presenter. A documentary to be shown on ITV1 this week will feature 5 women who claim they were abused by the entertainer as teenagers in the 1970s. Sir Jimmy's nephew condemned the programme on the grounds that his uncle is no longer alive to defend himself. With the details, here's our UK editor Lucy Manning.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome indeed to Jimmo Fix It.
He was, for a certain generation, a TV hero, the man who could fix it to make children's dreams come true. But there are now allegations of a darker side, that Sir Jimmy Savile, rather than helping youngsters, abused some of them. An ITV documentary, Exposure, will this week broadcast the claims of 5 women who say the TV star sexually assaulted them when they were 14 and 15.
I must say that what these women say is so matter of fact. They corroborate each other. The style of the abuse and the attack on them was absolutely consistent one with each other. And I'm afraid the jury isn't out anymore. And I feel that we, in television, in his world, in some way colluded with him as a child abuser, because I now believe that's what he was.
There was an enormously charitable side to Sir Jimmy Savile, and both before and after his death he was praised and honoured for his fundraising work. But those who worked with him speak now of events in BBC dressing rooms and elsewhere that they wish they'd revealed earlier.
And I opened the door and I walked in, and Savile was sat in the chair with the right side of his body facing me. And there was a girl of about 14 with long brown hair. He was kissing her, but what I distinctly remember, and that's the image that sticks in my mind, was the fact as I opened the door, he turned his head and it was just his tongue that was just sort of coming out of her mouth.
His family say they're disgusted and disappointed that the allegations have been made now.
They really are sort of coming out of the woodwork now when he's not here to answer it. I'm sure if he was still here, A, they wouldn't have raised these allegations, and B, if they had have been raised, he would have defended them vigorously.
Eccentric in life, but these allegations go far beyond that.
And from the ITV newsroom, Lucy Manning explained why these revelations are only emerging into the public domain now.
Well, it's come out now partly because one of the women says that at the time she was very young, he was much older, successful and famous, and in her words she was frightened to say this while he was still alive. And certainly another person in the documentary talks about how they feared that her word would not be believed against that of the great charity worker Sir Jimmy Savile. And it's come out now because of this ITV investigation. And when you hear what some of the women have to say, it is distressing. One thinks that he raped her, another talks of grooming and repeated sexual assaults. And certainly at the time and after it, there were rumours about Sir Jimmy Savile, about his behaviour. But there was one complaint made to the police in 2007 to Surrey Police, but that investigation did not go any further. And the BBC, where some of the allegations have been made that it took place in their dressing rooms, in their buildings, they say they have looked at their records and they can find no records of any misconduct by Jimmy Savile or allegations of misconduct at the BBC.
Lucy Manning there, and you can see that programme at 11:10 on Wednesday night here on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.